everyone, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to show you how to install Kali Linux, the latest Kali Linux. You're gonna see it. We did put it on a memory stick, you can see, so we're gonna use a memory stick this time to install. So make sure you don't want anything on the disk, so you switch on your computer here. Okay, and also what I did, I put it in on what I use my internet. Then you press F12. When the thing reboots, you have to put F12 before it comes to boot. F12 because I'm using a Dell, but it would depend which operating system or which laptop you're using. So on a Dell you press F12, then you go to USB if you're using a USB, but if you're using a CD-ROM, then you're gonna select this DVD, this option. So I'm using a CD, a USB. Then I'm gonna enter. After entering that, it's gonna give me this interface. Then the interface, I press that install. After pressing that install, then it's gonna ask me some questions which I'm gonna answer. English, say okay. American English, you say okay. Then it's gonna start installing. Okay, I use the Ether cable as my network connection, and it could be here, you can see it there. Okay, so now it's gonna ask you that some of your hardware needs non-free fireware files to operate. The fireware can be loaded from bootable whatever, so that don't make it complicated. It's gonna ask you down to say load missing fireware from the from the reusable disk, something like that. From it says from the removable media. Don't do anything with that, just go to your tab. You see this button, click it. Once you click it, it's gonna move to no. Once it moves to no, then you go press enter. Okay, it's gonna load. Then after that, it's gonna ask you to use the wireless or the one. I'm using the one which I have now, which is a Ether cable. I won't change anything, but if you're using a wireless, you might select whatever, but I'm gonna select this. Enter. Okay, once I enter, it's gonna load that. Okay, then it says please enter the host name for your whatever. So if I say tab, it will say Kali, then I say enter, continue. Domain name, can we continue with this? I would say domain name, I would say Kali. I'll leave it to Kali. Okay, domain name is the part of your internal internet address to the right of your host name. So I just used Kali, and I press tab and say continue. After continuing, then it says full name of the new user. Okay, a user account will be created for you to use instead of the root account. Okay, for non-administrative activities. Please enter the real name of the user. This information will be used, for instance, as a default, as origin for the emails. Okay, so it will say like enter the real name of this user. This information will be used for instance as default origin for emails sent by this user. As well, any program which displays or uses the user's real name. Your full name is a reasonable choice. Full name, okay. Full name, you can use any name you want to use. Here we might use MUSA, okay, to make things easier, to not complicate things. I'm gonna use MUSA, then I press tab. Once I press tab, then I say continue, and it say username for your account. We can leave it to MUSA. If we want to say MUSA, it's okay. Then we enter. Okay, then I say choose a password of your choice. Here it's a very unique thing to, so you must make sure that you have to remember the password you're gonna use. So though it's gonna give you a chance to change, to do what, to repeat the password so that you're sure about it. So a good password will contain a mixture of letters, number, and punctuation, and should be changed at regular intervals. So choose a password for the new users. So the new user's password is gonna be, I'll make sure you remember this password. Okay, then I'm gonna say okay. After that, I'm gonna press the shift key and I continue. Okay, it's gonna say retype the password. Okay, I'm gonna retype the password. If it's wrong, it's gonna tell you. Okay, once you're done, you press tab again. This tab. Okay, then you say continue. Once the password is fine, it's gonna say Eastern whatever. So you choose where you wanna be, Alaska, whatever. So I will say enter, and after that, simply means we're going through, everything's going well. Okay. Okay, guide, use large, continue, free space. Okay, this is whatever. There's a partitioning method. Use the largest continuous free space. Okay, use entire disk. So I'm gonna use the entire disk. Okay, and let's say enter. And also, because there's a memory stick, that's why it shows there is another USB which says 8 SanDisk, which is 8 gig. You have to select your hard drive. It will show you how big is your hard drive. So select the first one, SDA, and enter. Okay, after when you enter, it will say partitioning scheme. Okay, all files on one partition recommended. I'll take that. Say enter. Okay, then it will say finish partitioning on and write changes to this to disk. Okay, take that. Okay, then it will say if you continue the changes listed below will be written to the disk, otherwise you will be able to make further changes manually. So the partition tables of the following devices are changed. Okay, the following partitions are going to be formatted. Don't worry about that because I want to format this. Okay, say yes, agree on that. So after that we continue. It's installing now. Okay, we're sitting on, or it's what is partitioning now, or formatting. It's formatting the stuff. So it's now installing the base system. Yeah, it's gonna be like that. We haven't pressed anything after the last press or the last selection. It's on 83%. Installing the base system. It's always advisable to install Kali Linux using when your computer is on the internet, and if you have a LAN cable, it's better than using wireless. Okay, now you're gonna see the screen. Don't do anything. Better, unless if you understand what you do. Just select tab and go continue. Say enter. In most cases, the default choices are the best to a person who's not advanced, because it's very difficult to make mistakes there. We're still installing, guys. Be patient and don't go anywhere when you're installing this, because this is not Windows, so something which is very complicated if you don't know. So you must be there until when the system is done installation. We must be patient. haven't pressed anything, leave it the way it is until when you see me pressing anything, something, or selecting something. Everything is still going fine, guys. It takes time, but you have to be patient. Guys, all is going well. Don't worry yourself. Soon it's gonna be done. Guys, we're getting there. All is going well so far. We're sitting on 89%. Now we're going to a new screen, a new blue screen. So let's see what it's gonna give us. Okay, installing Grab bootloader. Okay, now it's gonna ask you. It says this system. It seems that this new installation is the only operating system on the computer. If so, it should be safe to install the Grab bootloader. So then ask you to install the Grab bootloader to your primary drive. Say yes. You just say enter. Okay, then it says to select what a disk. You select your hard drive. For in my case, it's the first one. So the second one is the USB which I'm using to install. So select the first one. I'll say enter. Okay, and give it time to install. Guys, you can see now we're done installing our Kali Linux. Though there's something you have to read. It says installation is complete, so it is time to boot into your new system. So to do that, it tells you that you have to make sure you take out the installation media. So which is what we use the USB, and if you did use anything like a CD, take it out. Then you press continue. So I'm taking out the memory stick. Done. Then I'm gonna press enter. Okay, then it's gonna reboot. Then we come back to our new operating system. Okay, when it's there, don't press anything, leave it like the way it is. Okay. Wow, we in. So you remember the username we used MUSA. Then the password, press star, and you say press enter. Okay. Wow, guys, we are good to go. Everything's fine. You can now use your Kali Linux. You can see what we call the desktop and everything, file system, home, whatever, trash and stuff. Everything's fine. You can now use your Kali Linux operating system. We're done with the installations, but I would recommend you do this. Download the newest before you install, and make sure you use maybe you write a bootable disk to USB, because on a USB everything goes well more than compared to the CD. CDs sometimes they are scratched and stuff. They can miss some files when they are installing. So also when you're installing, so make sure you are on the internet. I'm not saying it won't install without those elements I'm trying to outline. I'm saying it's better to use a USB to install, and also it's better to install when the software, your laptop is connected to the internet. Yes guys, this is the end of our tutorial. Please do not forget to subscribe, and if you have anything to ask or something to say, please don't hesitate to tell us or comment in the comment box below. See you in the next video.